The US government is extremely powerful, so powerful that even in the 21st century, it can still topple governments, sanction countries, cut them out of the financial world. America is the only country in the world that can send its military into countries with or without UN backing. As of now, hundreds of thousands of military personnel are deployed overseas, sending a message to our allies and foes that we are everywhere and we can be anywhere we want to.
The US is easily the most powerful country to have ever existed, and it certainly spends more on its military budget than any other country does today. That's all pretty well known. But less well known is the fact that the US has around 800 military bases around the globe. This map can't even show that many dots. These are just 200 or so dots to give you an idea of where these bases are clustered. These bases are everything from massive military compounds to small airstrips in the middle of the ocean. If you combined all the foreign bases that every other nation has outside of its own borders, you get a total of about 30. There's never been a country with such a massive global presence.
The commander-in-chief, the president, is also the head of the state and the US government, an organization with more than 11 million people, with an annual budget running in the trillions. He is truly the most powerful man on earth, and his aide believes that to be true.
The president's powers here are beyond question.
The president is so powerful that he was able to put kids in cages at the border, so powerful that more than 500 kids may never find their parents. When one of the most powerful men on the planet speaks, people listen. When he said coronavirus will disappear, repeatedly people believed that it would vanish, but it never did, and we saw surge upon surge. When he actively promoted hydroxychloroquine as a treatment for coronavirus, some people even took the tablet and died. When he said that we were rounding the corner in October, not many thought that within weeks of that statement we will be exploding around the corner. Morgues around the country are literally overflowing. Despite all the flip-flops and backflips, there was hope that a vaccine will come out soon and help us reduce the rate of spread, saving hundreds of thousands of Americans. The lack of effective countermeasures to control the spread has made us extremely dependent on the vaccine. Donald Trump announced Operation Warp Speed, a public-private partnership to develop and distribute the vaccine. It has been 6 months since the program was launched, and the US government has already given $10 billion to the program. 6 months and $10 billion later, Operation Warp Speed has turned into Operation Turtle Speed. The biggest government in the world, with the biggest purse in the world, has no plan whatsoever to distribute the vaccine. 6 months into the program, and it does not have a clue who gets the vaccine and when. The most powerful organization in the world, with the most powerful man at the top, has punted the planning part to the states, just like how it punted COVID containment measures to the state governments. It took almost 100 days for the United States to reach 1 million coronavirus infections after the first case was confirmed sometime in January. But in the first 5 days of this month, between Tuesday to Saturday, 1 million cases were reported. And right when we need the Operation Warp Speed to hit high gear, this administration has turned it into Operation Turtle Speed. We were told the first doses will be delivered as early as October 2020. That did not happen. We were told that we will have 300 million doses available by January, but we will be lucky even if we get half of that number by that time. The government is now saying that 40 million doses will be available by the end of the month, which means it will be good enough to vaccinate only 20 million people because you need 2 shots for each person. While the government is saying that it will get 40 million doses by the end of this month, Pfizer is saying it will only have 6.4 million doses available by mid-December. So we don't know what the number will be by the end of this month. California must vaccinate 2.4 million healthcare workers first, and Governor Gavin Newsom said earlier this week that the state is only going to get 327,000 doses for the vaccine. Maine was told it will get 36,000 doses. Now it is expecting just 12,600 doses. Considering the history of flip-flops we have seen from this administration, and also because of the reason that despite 6 months of time, they never really had any plan structured to distribute the vaccine, it will be a huge surprise if they manage to get their hands on 40 million doses by the end of this year. Actually, there was one thing the president had properly planned, and we have to give credit where it is due, right? That they will not provide vaccines to New York.
And this process is starting right away. Millions of doses will soon be going out the door. They're all ready, waiting for that final approval. As soon as April, the vaccine will be available to the entire general population, with the exception of places like New York State.
Perfect. That's called leadership. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe.